What's up? What's good? What is going on? My name is Jaminak, and right here is a brand new video. And today, we are going to be reading scary stories, spooky stories, stories that give you shivers down your spine and chills through your body, goosebumps on your arms. We're going to be doing it all today. We going to get spooky. Story number 1. There is no title of this story. It was written by one of my friends, and he has a YouTube channel by the name of Voided Frosty. So, once upon a time, a spooky time, there was the most horrible thing imaginable. A piece of burnt toast. This toast was so burnt that the black on it was so black that some may even consider it black. And one spooky and black night, this one lonesome piece of burnt toast got fed up with being burnt, so he took a knife and scraped all the black off of him. But that was just the beginning of this story. After this toast got the knife and scraped all the black off himself, he done diddly did a die. He stays up on late spooky nights, just like that one, when the humidity is exactly 69%. And the sun is the moon. And he'll be stalking his prey. Crunch, crunch, until he gets you and puts you in a big boy toaster. And then he turns you black. And then you'll serve him as one of his little blacklings. Very spooky, very spooky. Shout out to James, Very spooky. Story number 2. This is by my friend Lucas, otherwise known as Kid. He has an Instagram. I will put his Instagram in the description. Go check out his Instagram. Go follow him. This is his story. No title either. There was this kid, and he liked to go on walks. And one day, he decided to go on a long walk. And while he was walking, he started to hear something. So he decided to go check it out. And when he did that, the sound stopped. And it seemed to get farther away. So he followed this noise about, 5 miles into the woods. And when he got to the noise, he heard it all around him. And he saw this hut. So he runs as fast as possible into that hut. And when he got in that hut, he found a thing that was making that noise. It was a big zombie wolf. And he turned around, and he was surrounded. And no one has ever found any part of him since. Wow. Scary. Story number 2. Not number 2, number 3. This story by our good friend and pal, Rainbow Benny. This story is entitled The Mysterious Banshee. A long time ago, somewhere in Ireland, there was a lad that somehow had wandered away from the group he had been exploring the forest with. He was cold, wet, very tired, looking for some place to take shelter. As he entered the building, he set off a switch, causing him to fall through a trapdoor. This trapdoor led to secret catacombs, and for some mysterious reason, they were illuminated to the point he could actually see. Being of the curious sort, began exploring the tunnels. As he traveled deeper into the catacombs, things began to become strange. It was as if there was blood pooling on the floor. he began hearing faint noises, like voices far off in the distance. All of a sudden, he began seeing messages written in dry blood on the walls, warning him to turn back before she finds him. He kept on going deeper into the caverns. The voices began getting louder. Eventually, it was like he was surrounded by them. They appeared to have been calling out for help, some begging for mercy, others cries of fear and pain. Suddenly, powering over all the voices was a shrieking sound of echoed laughter. Far down the tunnel, a glowing figure appeared. It began moving swiftly towards him. Paralyzed with fear, all he could do was stand there. As the figure got closer and closer, the shrieking louder and louder, his heart beating faster and faster. As it approached him, he could see the thing deformed, horrendous, absolutely evil-looking face, burning with terror. The figure was wearing a long, tattered cloak. With one last scream, the figure overtook him, and his body vanished. Nobody has ever found out what happened to the boy. Nobody ever will. That was spoopy. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's pretty spoopy. That was pretty spoopy. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was pretty spoopy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Now I will be telling my own scary story. There once was this little girl. Her name was, let's say, Annabelle. And she was, just playing in the playground. Her father was sitting there on the bench watching her. And she was just having the time of her life, Just, going down the slide, walking up the steps, sliding down that fireman's pole, playing on the monkey bars, as a young little girl will do. She's just having fun. All of a sudden, she saw this cute puppy, it almost looked like, out in the woods area, a little, not too far from the playground, but not that close. So she decided to go see the puppy, It's a cute puppy, she's a little girl, why wouldn't she? So she gets over there, she's sprinting over there, her dad doesn't see her. She gets there. There's no puppy. This makes her, a little sad, but she's confused. She doesn't know what she saw. So she thought, oh, maybe the puppy got scared and ran a little bit farther into the woods. So she walked a little bit more into these woods, looking for the puppy. Because it was just cute, and it looked like it wanted to be pet, She got farther into the woods, farther, and eventually, she was just there, surrounded by trees, twigs on the ground, leaves everywhere, in the middle of the woods. And she was completely lost. So she was screaming for her father, screaming, "Dad, Daddy, Daddy, where are you?" But her dad couldn't hear. He didn't come. She never found that puppy. It got darker and darker. And she's been in those woods ever since. I think the moral of most of these stories are, don't take long walks at night. Don't go into the woods by yourself. It's not smart, it's not wise. Don't go into weird abandoned caves by yourself, or in general. But most of all, don't forget to subscribe. It's been real. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Whoa. Scary. Chills. My spine, ooh, my body, my arms, goosebumps. Ooh.